Why? Why would you do that? He's really good. What kind of stupidity is... What on earth? I can't fathom that kind of stupidity on an admin level.
Told him I can be a fighter if you want. I'll be there to catch you if you fall. I can make it brighter when it's dark, I told him I would do it all for you, and I know you do it for me too. I can be a fighter if you want.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Survival Specialist. If you've been enjoying the series, drop a like, that would be tremendous. We're here, of course, at Albacete. Our first two games in charge are today. Well, not on the same day. They're today for you, but they're a week away for Kim. So, today, I thought we'd start off on the page of Esteban Palejo. Just Palejo, actually, Matt. Just because he is considered the best player in the team by far. Now, I realised last time when I was looking through some of the players, I'd accidentally, having sorted it by current ability, then decided and went and sorted it by goal scoring, which is why we were getting less centre-backs in there. However, the defence does seem to definitely be one of the weaker areas of the team for the most part, I would say. And I think that's definitely going to be a real struggle. I think the ability to make those signings we made last time with Heidenheim really, really helped us out. And I think that's why coming back slightly earlier next time would definitely be helpful. Plus, it means we get more games in charge of the teams that we take over anyway, because we're only really going to be in charge for 13 league games and one cup game against Real Madrid, which is kind of meaningless, but we'll give it a crack. Also, I'm sure a lot of you have seen the sort of mini preview feature trailer that was released by FM for FM22. So firstly, what did you think? And secondly, I'm kind of interested, if you could add, it's a question of the day, imagine that, eh? If you could add a feature for the brand new game coming up right now, anything you like, what would it be? I'm very, very curious. You know I always want those flavour events, but I'm curious for what you guys have to say about that. So, hey, put that down in the comments. I was looking at Paleo's sort of career. It's an interesting one, really, because he started at a team called Ban Sander in, well, I mean, that's an under-19 side. I'm guessing, I actually don't know what team that's an affiliate of. Oh no, it's a full-on team. Okay, it's just weird because it was the under-19 league. So yeah, started off there, eventually went on a free transfer to get, I think, the third or fourth tier in Spain. They're honestly not sure. It gets kind of confusing at that point with a team called STUPIDITY, and then kind of did all right there. If you look at the amount of goals he was banging, it earned him a free transfer to Liga NOS with Fiorenza, where he lasted one season before being moved on for 450 grand. So not bad, really. Didn't do so well over in Greece there before moving to Huesca for 3 years. That's nice to see. Didn't really score a lot there. And then Albacete picked him up in the second tier for nearly £1 million. I mean, look at that. First season in the second tier in Spain, 17 league goals. And since then, he's banged double figures in La Liga for the last 2 seasons in a row. And I honestly believe that with the right results, he could get those double figures in La Liga again for a third. And that's quite an interesting finish to his career. Considering he's 31 years old now, he sort of reached the peak of it towards the latter stages and is genuinely a solid top-flight striker, so really happy for him. So Kim's sort of settled into life where he is now. He's only had a couple of days, so obviously he's just staying in a hotel as he was last time. I don't think he's actually going to look for permanent accommodation this time, since he has now actually got himself a place in Heidenheim, and he likes it there. And he's obviously only expecting to be here for a couple of months, but he still wants to be able to leave with his head held high, having done excellent things for Albacete. But I believe this is going to be a much, much more difficult task than it was with Heidenheim. Even though the points gap is actually the same, it's a stronger league in theory, just because there's more good sides. And I think the gap between top and bottom in this league is genuinely very, very high. And our run-in is extremely difficult. So taking points off of the teams around us, and let's face it, we don't have many of them to play, are going to be massive. Today we go away to Real Sociedad. That's not going to be easy. And then host Real Zaragoza, who are a good top half side now. So we have to try to get something there. I really don't know. So we've got ourselves our training set up, tactics are in, everything's ready to go. Don't really know about what our starting 11 is going to be just yet, as we've had no time to really look at it, but we're going to get straight into things. There's no use in dilly-dallying. Kim can't speak Spanish because he was only at this club for a little while. Oh god, I can't wait to play against Osasuna. Imagine if we beat Osasuna, Kim's former team, the team that tried to screw us. Okay, so obviously I'm just going to do a selection advice to start things off, and then we'll kind of just go from there. Just need to make sure I've got the right, not next match only, what we're doing. Make sure I've got the right stuff so we can see who's actually selected. It will take him a little while to get used to the tactics. That much we know for sure. So Palacio through the middle, totally fine with that. The rest of this, though, is definitely going to take a minute for me to just figure it out. I know that that's the back line I want to go with because I've already had a look at see who the best players were. Hang on, Benjamin is the right back, isn't he? Yes, he is. So that's fine. And I know for a fact that Paulino is the left back, Salas and Daniel. So Salas is decent. Like, he's a solid centre-back. I like Salas. The issue is more about Daniel, in that he's got he's fine, and he's good in the air, and he's reasonably fast as well. It's that marking that kind of just lets him down a little bit. To play in the top flight with 9 marking is a little bit sus. So, but he's definitely the best we've got, really. You can see he's a good La Liga 2 player, and that should show you everything, that a 3-star player in this team is a good La Liga 2 player. So the back line I'm happy with. We've obviously got Christian Lopez in goal. He's no Armando Cunha, is he? Although he does have excellent reflexes, which I find is one of the most important attributes for a goalkeeper to have, particularly when it comes to making those just lovely lightning quick saves. His passing is 11 as well, which isn't actually that bad. He's not a quick boy by any means, and he does tend to dwell on the ball, worryingly. Expect him to get dispossessed for at least one goal this season. It's the midfield 5 that we sort of need to take a bit of attention to. Now, Gutierrez... Actually, I think... Wait, is he... Ooh, wow, he's so good. Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. He's definitely the guy I wanted to play there anyway. I definitely... we assessed him as the best option there. As for playing alongside him, it's Antonio Jesus, who, yeah, other than his long shots, finishing isn't great, but he's got great composure, so it will sort of balance itself out a little bit. I actually quite like that as an option. Duguid... Warren Duguid is the sort of attacking midfield option. You could see that, yeah, not the best. Culebras on the left-hand side here. Left foot, I mean, actually, the reason I'd be tempted to go with him here is because he actually does have good finishing and reasonable composure for a left-sided player anyway. Only 19 as well. Even though he has left foot, what's his right foot like? Reasonable as well, which is really good for cutting inside. And obviously you've got Denilson Roca on this right-hand side, and yeah, that's totally fine by me. Despite the lack of finishing, though, he's never going to be able to be like a Pierangelo Lanza or even maybe a Kasper Mishtal. But with the composure, maybe. Just maybe. So that's actually not too bad. Let me just see who's been excluded and why. So Bellaribi, for a start... is not in the team. Problem with him is I'd have to play him really here because I don't want a left-footed winger on the right. I don't mind playing a left-footed inside forward on the left, but I'm sure we will definitely give him game time, no doubt. The other sort of standout that hasn't made the squad currently is Inge Lurken, though he is carrying a knock right now, and he's only just recovered from that, so that's fair. And he'll be definitely another option on that. They're very stacked with left-sided players, unfortunately. Most of them appear to be not great on their right feet, which is actually why I think Culebras might be the option for us for now. Now, we did have that cup game against Real Madrid during the week, so it's not going to be easy at all. As you can see, likes of Antonio Jesus and Esteban Pelayo are very knackered. I always tend to just go with what my assistant says, generally speaking, unless there's some really obvious errors to begin with, and then start making my own changes on top of that, because I like to believe that at this level they know what they're doing, but then you've seen how they've acted in the past. So, Real Sociedad, Albacete, the first game in charge here in Spain. Can we make a better impression in Spain this time than what we did, what feels like 10 years ago? About to take charge of our first game in charge. Come on, let's do this. I'm not expecting much from this game. This isn't Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Okay, so Ole is managing Real Sociedad these days. To be fair, he's got them into the Champions League places. The form looks kind of good, but I think that was from maybe a friendly or two in there. Last 2 games were defeats, but they did play some games down towards the bottom to give themselves a chance. 16 points on the board. Mallorca are the team we're aiming to go after, but this is going to be tough. Our run-in, you've seen it. It's very, very difficult indeed. But we have our strategies, and we go for it. I would consider Real Sociedad to be one of the better sides in this league, meaning that if we were to get in front, we do what we did at Heidenheim. We try and shut things down and go from there. I don't know how good we're going to be. This team is definitely lacking goals. Pelayo is really the only player that's generated any goals for them this season, and he's done a great job of doing that. Him getting 7 in the league for a struggling side at this point in the season is actually still pretty decent numbers, really. If he could get to double figures again, I'd be very happy for him, as Colucci's already through inside the minute here, and Lopez is down to it. Very, very nice play from Real Sociedad. The last thing that's what I forgot to do, is have a look at who was actually on our set pieces, and it's already a goal. Paris Aguirre inside a minute. I mean, that is the worst possible start for us here. One of the things we had at Heidenheim was very rarely falling behind against a lot of the big... Very rarely falling behind against a lot of the big sides. What on earth's going on here? And yeah, knocks it down. Aguirre's in there, through a crowd of bodies. Oh, that guy was borderline offside, but it doesn't matter as we trail already. Oh God, Colucci on the free kick. 5 minutes gone, and already... Oh my God. It's 2-0. After 6 minutes, Carlos Colucci makes it 2-0 to Real Sociedad. Yeah, okay. This is going to be a toughie. And the thing is, we've barely even seen any attacking from open play, really. They had that little chance at the start. That's just a great goal from Colucci. Basically scoring off of a set piece and another set piece. Aguirre down the right-hand side, right? Gotta block this cross. The last thing we need is a morale-defeating, horrendous defeat. Oh! Lopez does well there. Okay, a chance for us from a corner, potentially. Roca now on this. Ball in. Salas flicks. Oh, we've scored. Alex Salas. Not Alexi Salas. Well, that was Alexi Lalas, wasn't he? Real Sociedad 1. Albacete 2. Albacete 1. Every goal so far has been a set piece. I'm glad I fixed these. After they scored that second goal, I went and had a little look at our set pieces. And the reason, obviously, yeah, the default goes to the attacking right mid, because that's where Pierluigi Lanza used to play. It's looking unlikely that we're going to get fully back into it, as Perez is round the side, and it's another good save from Lopez. Culebras. Oh, that's so poor. Okay, stuff like that cannot happen. Velasco's through for Real Sociedad. Goalkeeper can't do anything about it, and that is just all... I mean, there you go. Juanma Velasco probably puts any chance we had of getting something out of this game to bed there, but that was just from Culebras. Just awful from him. Surely he had better options on than that. Like, there's so many options that were not that pass, and it's just, if you're going to do that, you better make damn sure that you complete that pass. It's absolutely ludicrous to try that there. Oh, well, it'll take him a little while to get used to things, but Jesus Christ. Right, well, half-time, it's 3-1, and it's completely deserved. We are lucky to have one, really. It was a good goal from us, but, I don't know, 2 set pieces and a mistake. But at least I'm looking at that and going, right, these are things we can fix. We can get better at defending set pieces, and we can hopefully just bed in and not make so many silly mistakes. Plenty of time. I mean, there isn't actually that much time, but nevertheless, we go again. Second half, we've just got to keep going, playing our style. You never know. Sometimes things just happen for us, as Osasuna take the lead against Mallorca. So, at the very least, Osasuna doing us a favour in that game and keeping Mallorca close to us is also actually good news. What am I talking about? They're down there with us as well. So, at least our rivals at the bottom are losing too. The bonus of, the other thing about the league being so strong for the teams towards the top as well means that other teams down there with us have also got the same problem. Jesus, Roca, Paleo! Oh, better. That was better from us. Nice. Tiredness is catching up with a few lads. I'm bringing on Belaribi as well for Culibras because he's been shocking today. And Perez is through, and it's now 4-1 straight. Is that straight off a free kick as well? Oh, they need to get their heads in the game. The concentration levels seem appalling at the moment. I don't know if that was actually from a free kick. I think it was, though. Yep, yes, it was. Directly from a free kick. He's just dumped it in behind. The defenders haven't bothered to track Perez from a dead ball, and it's the third. Well, at least we know what we can work on, I suppose. Yeah, a couple of players have just had poor performances in general. I don't think that's helped us. Real Sociedad have been good, but we've had some really poor performances. Like, I've already taken off one player for being bad, and I may have to take off another. This is an unusual situation. Belaribi, though, with that physicality and that speed, to the left side here, whips it in for Paleo. That's better. To Rocco. If we can get another one back and make it a little bit more. Ooh, near post. Nice. Okay, that's fine. For a second, I thought we were just going to give them the ball in our own defense, which wouldn't be surprising given some of the play. Oh, my Lord. God, why do I say things? Why do I say things? They've done it again. Aguirre. It's a relatively weak effort, but lordy lord. But nice if we could, I mean, not that the goal difference is uber important, but it's good for morale to not have a minus 8,000 goal difference after all, isn't it, really? Plus, it'd be nice for confidence to see us score another goal here. Slips around the side here for Colucci. Around the side for Toby Yates, and it's 5. It's 5. I swear Toby Yates seems to follow us everywhere we go. In the leagues, that is. And it's 5-1 to Real Sociedad. I mean, this is about as baptism-y as fire as we could possibly have imagined here. We've been our own worst enemy at times. This was the first time, really, that they themselves have actually cut through us. It's a nice piece of football from Real Sociedad, to be honest. Lovely bit of play and a good finish from Toby Yates on the end of it, but most of it's been our own doing. And now Valladolid have equalised as well. Oh, I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, they've got 2 goals back. But Leganes, what's going on? I have no idea what's going on at the bottom. I'm just seeing goals flying in. I think that they might have both ended up losing in the end. Well, yeah, hang on. What's happened? Shocking performance. That much we can all agree on, I would say. They're a lot better than us, but we didn't help ourselves. I feel like that Hoffenheim manager. So what did happen here then? Oh my God. Firstly, Real Sociedad, what the hell happened here? But where's the other game? Yeah, so Mendoza equalised for Leganes, but then Becerra put Huesca back in front. But even more importantly than that was the fact that Real Valladolid scored in the 85th and 88th minute to get a point there, only for Real Sporting to score in the 93rd minute to keep us down there, and Mallorca losing as well at home to Osasuna too. So technically, no harm done as things go, but it would have been nice if we'd looked a little bit better, but hey, it's the first game in charge. Hopefully we'll look better against Real Zaragoza next time out. We're going to have to. And a week in between, sort the team out a little bit, start to look at who we want to play where, get some familiarity back. I'm sure we'll play slightly better. Please play slightly better. Back in a sec. Okay then. We're just going to pretend that the opening game against Real Sociedad did not happen. It's a clean sweep. The suite has been cleaning too. The room service has been tremendous. Kim has been eating like a king. He's starting to go from Kim Min to Kim Max at the moment, so he's going to have to start cutting that one down a little bit, maybe taking in part in some of the training sessions himself. So, no harm was actually done to our survival chances during that last round of fixtures, which is good, particularly as there was an opportunity for that to happen. Let's face it, Leganes playing Huesca, that was a winnable game for them and they lost it at home. Mallorca, they had a toughie against Osasuna, sort of toughie. That you still expect they would have probably taken points from that. And more important than that, really, was Valladolid losing to Real Sporting. Now, I know that moves them further away, but really, we only need to finish above we only need to finish 17th place. And so, honestly, that gap at the top beyond that, kind of emerging a little bit more, actually doesn't bother me too much, as long as Mallorca don't stretch it. Now, they're away to Cadiz today. Valladolid host Espanyol, so another winnable game for them. But if they're having a few winnable games right now and they're not winning them, that's good, because that means they're going to have a tough run at some point, kind of like what happened with Karlsruhe last season. And what is the other remaining match that we need to focus on a little bit right now? And it's actually Osasuna versus Leganes too, so another winnable one, but we also have a game that is... You'd say that this is a winnable one, just on account of the fact that, Zaragoza, mid-table, bit lower than that, have conceded a lot of goals this season, it would seem. Either that or they don't score a lot. We have to be better than we were last time. Suspensions and injuries have hit us today, as you're about to find out. There's going to have to be some personnel changes in this team, as you can see. So Daniel picked up a knock. Bellaribi, annoyingly, I was about to maybe give him a chance today instead of Culebras. He has the flu, so he cannot play either. Gutierrez is both injured and suspended, so he wouldn't have been able to play anyway. He'll be back for the next game, regardless, on both counts. But it does give us a bit of a problem in that midfield. So I'm going to do a selection advice because there's so many different things that need to move around right now. So it's Nelson Perez. Wow, look at that they want to bring in as the ball-playing defender. And, I don't know if I want to... I might turn him off a ball-playing defender, actually. Tell you what, right? 6'6". We already looked at him before. Better marking, positioning is good. Yeah, maybe I should have started him over Daniel anyway, now that I look at it. And that's why it's kind of important to pay attention to the deeper squad element. So actually, he may not get back into the squad, Daniel, when he comes back, if Perez performs well, although this is worrying. Now, obviously, no defensive midfielder. So what about Agostini? A man with 5 tackling and 5 positioning and 4 marking is not playing as the defensive option in our midfield here. Oh, Lord. Right, let me just turn on some of the underage squads. Maybe there's something there. Wow, this is a... They really are weak in the centre of midfield. There's just not a lot of players there. What about Julio Modia? He is actually a DM. 13 tackling, marking of 9. Solid. I realise he's more of a wide midfielder, but of the two, I'd rather play him in here. Honestly, the 20-year-old. Paleo is definitely still playing through the middle. That is for sure. Duguid will still slot in there, and Antonio Jesus will play in there as well. Lurkin or Culebras? I'm going to give Culebras one more shot. He played appallingly against Real Sociedad, but it could have just been the quality of our opposition, lack of tactical familiarity, all those sort of factors. I think in a game today where he's in theory going to be up against slightly lower quality defenders, he might find a bit more freedom. But other than that, if that's not the case, then Bellaribi and Inge Lurkin will definitely find some game time. I want to make sure that our bench has got midfielders on it, though. But that being said, there just isn't a lot of depth in our centre of midfield in general. Like, Agostini but look at that, it just gets so thin after that point. Agostini will definitely on the bench, though, right? That's probably going to be our lineup here. I'm a bit concerned that this is going to get worse before it gets better, and it may not get better, but that's part of the fun of relegation battles. Like I said before, never was it going to be... I think Heidenheim might end up being the easiest one we do in the whole time. But hey, that's the point of a challenge, isn't it? Wouldn't be much of a challenge if every single year we kept the team up comfortably, now would it? Right, opposition report. What we got cracking here? This is the Real Zaragoza team that they've got currently rocking here. It's 4-4-2. This is going to be very, very important. It's things like the pressing intensity and the tempo and the position roles. That stuff is going to come with time. And I just hope that we're not so far off, like, safety when it comes to those slightly more winnable games we have towards the end of the season. But my God, it's going to be tough. Here we go. Our first home game in charge at Albacete, at home against Real Zaragoza. Huge stuff going on elsewhere as well. They're playing that 4-4-2 setup. What's their bench looking like? Yep, fair play. They've got... Right then, let's go. Can we pull out a result that we need? Even if we didn't... I mean, this is a winnable game, I feel like, because we don't have many left. But even if we just took a point or something, just to get something on the board, early days would be nice. Okay, nice. Bit of patience there. Already looking a bit better in the pass. Paulinho. Oh, Paulinho's through! Oh, it's going to get blocked, isn't it? Oh, wow. He actually didn't get blocked, but the goalkeeper's there. But that's better. But still, opening 15 minutes has been all Albacete, and that's what we need. But we have to take advantage. Oh, that's a good ball, actually, to Marcos. And now Benjamin... Okay. What the hell was that? Marcos is all the way into the box, and it's a relatively weak shot that I think might end up actually going out for a throw-in in the end. Well, it will eventually. It's a goal kick. It's not the best first touch, but hopefully we can go and cut it out. Yes, Duguid. Switch it around the side. That wasn't quite what I was hoping for there, but Paleo might still be able to make something of this. That's not a bad idea, actually, Roca. Just, that's it. Bit more possession. Start building up a passing play rather than just trying to blitz it in behind. We had an option for it, but we didn't play it. But now I'm glad we've managed to hold possession instead of just overdoing it. Duguid. Oh, lovely work. Roca! Oh, it's a goal! Denilson Roca, Albacete 1, Real Sociedad 0. That is a beautiful piece of football. It's like night and day. We got a little bit of a counter-attacking play going there, and then we realised it wasn't going to work out, and then we just maintained possession, and look at the build-up here. Rocker gets it out of his feet and rockets into the back of the net, and it's 1-0 Albacete. That could be huge. It wouldn't pull us out of the relegation zone, obviously, but I don't know what our head-to-head against Mallorca is like, because obviously they're not losing, so we won't be able to find out currently. But Leganés are winning away at Osasuna as well. Great strike from here. Oh, look at the build-up again. They're actually allowing us space to build it up between the lines. I think the 4-4-2 is part of the reason for that. And Rocca's in again. Oh my god, he scored again. It's 2-0. Denilson Roca has bagged a brace here on his, not his home debut, but in front of the fans in our first home game with 2 goals to the good. They've not seen many wins this season. It's the 4-4-2. It's allowing our players, like Dugade, to pick up this spot in between their defence and their midfield and have room to spin balls in behind and just do stuff. And Roca here, I mean, this is a phenomenal goal. Like, he's scored 2 belters so far, in fairness to him. But we're finding those spaces in between the lines. Now, we've seen things slip away from us in the past, but as things stand right now, Real Zaragoza, well, they've had a chance there, apparently. We haven't seen it, weirdly. There we go. Half-time, Albacete 2, Real Zaragoza 0, and they've had no shots on target in the entire first half. Now, we've not been amazing, but Denilson Roca has put in a worldie of a performance so far. It's always a question. We've made mistakes before in trying to shut games down against teams that we were dominating. So I don't want to do that unless we actually have to this time around. That was the mistake we made against Freiburg when we were in charge of Heidenheim last season. That one stuck in my tooth a little bit, us throwing that 2-goal lead away. And I think it's because we tried to shut a game down that we were completely in control of already. So it was a bit wasteful almost. But we'll see. The second half pattern will no doubt be slightly different here. I do sense that Real Zaragoza are going to have to throw something at us right now. So we just have to make sure that we can try and defend it. Marcus's ball. And it's a good save from Lopez. The first one he's had to make in the entire game. And actually puts us under a lot more pressure here to make sure that we get this result. Because at the moment, we're just fighting to keep ourselves 3 points from relegation again. To actually maintain parity for a little bit. Marcus. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Gukashaga. Oh, good defending from the... Well, yeah, goalkeeper, I think, was poorly positioned on that one. But a bit more patience in the play. This is better. Little spell of possession is always what we need. Dugay. Oh, Palayo's in! Oh, it's a good save from Ignacio. But that was a little opening for us, and it could have killed the game. The momentum has just sort of swung back our way again in the last sort of 10-15 minutes of this match now. It feels to me a little bit like... Wow, there's so little highlights here. It seems like they've run out of puff. They've completely run out of steam. It's going to be Albacete 2, Zaragoza 0. Denilson Roca's goals have just won us our first game in charge. I honestly did not expect us to win this game. After that first match... There we go. That's a huge win. Kim Min wins his first game in charge of the club. I say, you know what I mean by that. Yeah, it was weird. Like, start of the second half, or roughly the start of the second half was here. They really flew out the traps at us. And then after that, and we made some subs, it just sort of settled down and they just kind of ran out of steam, it would seem like. Great performance from Lopez. The defenders were brilliant. Nelson Perez was good. Salas was great. Oh, no, we didn't. We were always there because Leganés scored early. Could have done without that result for Leganés. And Valladolid getting themselves a point against Espanyol. They didn't win, and it was a winnable game. So that's a good sign for us. Oh, my God. Mallorca and Cadiz, both of them scored in the 93rd minute. I don't know in which order that was. That was so damn important. So important for us to get that result. Our league form, and we beat Leganés there, as you can see, with Bellarribi scoring Palejo and Victor. Who's Victor? Victor would be a player that the club loaned out to Espanyol. Literally, after this match, they loaned him out to Espanyol for the rest of the season. Why? Why would you do that? He's really good. What kind of stupidity is... What on earth? I can't fathom that kind of stupidity on an admin level. He's got 170 appearances for Albacete. Could have probably done with someone like him, but no, let's loan one of our players that is actually scoring goals out to one of our relegation rivals. Obviously, mad. Anyway, next episode, things start to get a little bit more fancy. I say that, really. We've got Athletic Club in there, away from home. Not going to be easy, but again, they're a sort of mid-table. And then... coming back and do Oviedo as well. We've got Real Madrid and Atletico in there as well. But you imagine the results will be fairly foregone conclusions in there too. Although Barcelona we will probably do, because it's Barca. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this and you're looking forward to the rest of this season, and I just have a little bit more hope now that Denilson Roca can carry us through, drop a like, that'd be fab. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, that'd be gorgeous too. Stream on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, and of course on Saturday. But tomorrow it's the evening because stream with Dan Showdown. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye.
I can be a